Welcome to the MIDI machine. This is the very first episode, and that is the final touches I was just putting onto my Stinger. Stingers is one of the things that we're going to be doing, including replacing that one. I literally spent 20 minutes writing that Stinger, but I needed something for the opening of the show. So the show is about one bedroom producer to other bedroom producers, and we're going to be doing some live songwriting sessions, and we're going to be talking about MIDI techniques and that kind of stuff, and we're going to be reviewing some of the equipment that I use. Now, it's literally the equipment that I use, not stuff that somebody's just sent me 5 minutes ago, so the reviews are going to be based on some fairly extensive use, and hopefully you'll get something out of those. My songwriting style is kind of a fairly easy listening kind of pop sort of style. I do a lot of ballads as well. I've done a whole bunch of collaborations with people on the Song Stuff forum, and I've also started writing my own lyrics now too, so I have 4 or 5 songs of my very own, like upon Alone Tone, and I'll leave the link down in the description so that you can go and see or listen to what's up there. And if you like what you hear, then maybe this is a channel that you might come back to. I would like to now do regular episodes, is that what you call them? Shows, whatever. Do regular shows now, probably every 3 or 4 weeks, I imagine. It's kind of difficult to predict because, I have a day job and I have to fit all this in my spare time along with a whole bunch of other stuff. So, things may not go quite as regular as I would like, but that's the idea. Every 3 or 4 weeks, a new episode of kind of doing some songwriting. We're going to start with doing new stingers for the 4 segments that I talked about there, and then we'll kind of go into some more fuller songs, and we'll include those reviews in those songwriting sessions too, just to break things up a little bit. So they may be a little bit long-winded. I'm going to do it or the intention is to do it in kind of a live stream format, so very minimal editing, just to really get the material out there, because that's been the whole problem so far. That's why I haven't got anything out there at this point, is because I always get kind of bogged down with the editing. So minimal editing, live stream style, reviews and songwriting sessions. And my virtual bandmates, which will be featured extensively in the songs and in the reviews, are Dreamtonic's Synthesizer-V, Toontrack's EZ Keys, Easy Bass and Superior Drummer. And if people want, I can switch Superior Drummer to Easy Drummer. Not sure how people would feel about that. You can let me know in the comments. And I also have some guitars from Amplesound and Orange Tree Samples, and what else have I got? I've got strings from LA Scoring Strings, which is Audio Bro, and some solo instruments. My horn section is Audio Modeling, Swam instruments, so trumpet, kind of trombone. I use we'll get into that some other time, and saxophones. And I also have some solo strings in the Swam collection too. So those are the things I'm going to be using. Those are the things I'm going to be talking about. Oh, I've got synthesizers too. I got the Korg collection. There's a reason why I got the Korg collection. And I also have the Arturia synth collection too. And what we'll do is we'll write songs from scratch on here. So they're going to be kind of long, probably split up into several sessions. and the bulk of the work will be done on the channel. Okay, so first of all, I think what we're going to do is do a stinger for one of those segments that I was talking about. We're going to start with Songwriting Sessions. So we're going to do, maybe 9 or 10 bar kind of stinger, nice fast paced kind of thing, and hopefully this will work for the segment. Okay, so I'm going to start with this. I've set up a new session here in Cubase. We're going to just maybe start with a tempo 130. What do we get if we go 130? Yeah, maybe even a little bit faster than that, 134. So we'll start with that. Now I always start, well, not always, nearly always start songs with EZ Keys, and the reason I do that is because it's super easy to change the chords as you go along while you're deciding what you want to use, and you get your rhythm. It gives you a kind of good inspiration for the rest of the song, and so that's where I always start. And I'm actually going to start on bar 9 for the purposes of this, especially using something like Synthesizer-V. It's kind of quite hard to move bars along while you're working in this. So if you leave plenty of space at the beginning of your song, just silence, then you got somewhere to add something at the beginning if you want to down the road. That might make sense in a little bit, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to start on measure 9. Something else I always do is make sure I start by putting in the chords, at least the starting chords that I want to use. And the reason I do that is because a lot of the packs, the kind of MIDI packs that come with EZ Keys have really great chord progressions, and if I don't start with my own, then I find I tend to kind of use the ones that are built in and don't change them, and then all of a sudden it's not my song anymore. So that's why I start by putting in the chords. So like I said, this is going to be 8 bars, so we're going to go measure 9 to measure 16, and then we'll probably do like a 2-bar ending or something like that. So I think we do a similar format to that opening stinger, whereby I've got 2 bars of each chord like that, and then we got our 2-bar ending, kind of like that. All right, and our chords are going to be, I normally write in C major because it's kind of the easiest to work in. Don't need to worry about any sharps or flats for the most part. I don't always leave it in C major. It kind of depends on the singer that I end up using as my lead vocalist, and I will normally put it in a key that sounds best for them and work everything else around it. But initially, in the initial songwriting phase, I normally start in C major or A minor. So we're going to do this, we're going to make a minor one for this. This is Songwriting Sessions. Yeah, okay. So this is Songwriting Sessions. We're going to go 2 measures of A minor. EZ Keys has got this kind of circular fifths thing going on, which makes it kind of nice for you to be able to pick chords, and like the most obvious chords that you're going to choose are kind of grouped together here at the top, and then other chords that go outside of that, yeah, you can use them absolutely, and it makes your life more interesting. But this kind of makes things easy. It's great, actually. All right, so A minor, we're going to go D minor, and then we're going to go E. Whoops, no, not there. We're going to go E, and then back to A minor. And then maybe A sus. Oops. No, no, no. A minor and then A minor sus. Oops. A sus. A sus 4. There we go. Alright, getting my chords messed up here. Alright, so those are my basic chords. Now, what do we want to use as a groove? Kind of like disco. Country pop, actually. I haven't done anything in that for a long time. And that kind of goes with that whole songwriter thing. I'm not sure if we got anything that goes as fast as 134 though. So maybe 124 or 138 might work. Let's try. Let's try a verse on that. Boom. Let's try a chorusy thing. Oh, I like that. Alright, and we don't need to worry about this end chord. We're actually going to use something else for that. Alright, so once I've got my basic chords down, I'm going to copy them across to a bass part. So we'll set up a session of easy bass. Boom, boom, boom. And I'll copy those chords straight across there. So measure 9 going in there. Okay. Now we could, if we had that same pack in the bass, go to country pop and the same thing, but I do not believe I have country pop. No. So we're probably going to use acoustic songwriter, something like that. Mid-tempo. Let's try this. Don't like that. Yeah, let's go start with it. Alright, like that. Let's see how those two things sound together. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. So let's add some drums now. Let's just close down EZ Keys. Boom. I usually work on 2 monitors when I'm doing songs on my own. But where I have this set up, I'm actually using just one for Cubase. So it's a little bit more squat than I'm normally used to. And sometimes things start up in the wrong screen. But we'll get there eventually. Alright. Superior drummer. Superior drummer, I like the Yamaha drum kit. Boom, 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 boom. Yamaha Beach. That's a good starting point. I like the pace. Hi-hats. and something a little bit. Actually, no, I think that'll work for this. Alright, so we got a drum kit, and I'm going to go into grooves. Again, let's use the singer-songwriter ones. Mid-tempo. She might be able to match this up with the bass, maybe. So, Never Leave 102. Now, this is one of the things that really kind of annoys me about Toontrack stuff, is that why can't I get that in front of there? Yeah, the problem with the Toontrack stuff is that their songs don't always line up. So like if you have the same pack in Easy Bass as you do in Superior Drummer, sometimes the songs aren't called the same thing. In this case they are, so we have Never Leave, and it was the chorus, and it was chorus 1. So this should theoretically go along with that. So let's see if it does. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's try something else. Let's go into a verse. It's kind of interesting. Oops. See how those three things go together? Not bad. Okay, at this point, we're going to try and get a little bit of a balance thing happening between them. So I'm going to stick an instance of I think I'll go with Neutron on this, just because I kind of like one of their presets for drums, which is the pop. This might not quite work for this. It's kind of a genre that I don't normally work, but I'm going to start there. Let's see how that works. Bass just needs something super simple like a compressor on it. Okay, kind of like this. I'm going to leave my rhythm section at that, and now we're going to do a vocal part, and then we'll add a guitar part at the end. Okay, So let's add our voice, which comes from Synthesizer-V. Now, my favorites on here. I've got a whole bunch of voice packs for Synthesizer-V. In fact, all the ones that Dreamtonic's considered to be English speaking, plus Saros, which is kind of new from Eclipse Sounds, and I don't think that's available on Dreamtonic's website yet, but it will be, and it will be considered an English speaker. So that's all good. So normally I use Saros or Solario, which are they're both absolutely fantastic. All the new ones are pretty good too. This song's a little bit kind of different to what I normally go with, and I'm going to start with Natalie as my singer on this, okay? And the whole thing is Songwriting Sessions, so, you know, it is a stinger. It's not going to have sophisticated words or anything like that. I'm just going to go straight in there and Songwriting. All right. See what Natalie sounds like when she's doing this. Okay, I'm going to go O. That's going to go across 2 syllables, so we're going to put in a minus. Songwriting, 2 syllables. Sessions, 2 syllables. Let's see what that sounds like. So we'll turn up Natalie's loudness parameter. So she's a little bit louder, but I want to keep her nice and breathy and kind of a dark tone to her voice. And some soulfulness. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh, Songwriting Session. Yeah, too rushed. Maybe we just need to slow down the song. There's a thought. Let's try 119. Oh, Songwriting Session. Songwriting Session. Songwriting Session. Now, why isn't it? Oh, okay, synchronize with the host. Let's start again. Oh, Songwriting Session. That's we're gonna be. I think that's right. Nope. There we go. Close. Alrighty. Oh, Songwriting Sessions. That's where we're gonna be. I hear these things in my head as I'm writing them in Synthesizer-V, and sometimes I'm on the right key and sometimes I'm not. So sometimes what I hear in my head doesn't quite match what the actual notes are, but I do try. Anyway, what was I going to make this? Shouldn't have interrupted that now, because I can't remember what my lyrics were going to be. Writing songs and singing. If you're not familiar with this plus and minus thing that I'm doing in Synthesizer-V, it's basically when you split up words into syllables. Each syllable is a word, right? Is a note. So writing consists of 2 syllables, writing, and so you split them up into 2 notes. And what you do here is use a plus, and it will automatically split in the right place. And the minus is if you want to carry on a syllable over multiple notes. So in this case, we're doing writing songs. So we got the minus, and the minus is where that's the 1 syllable word songs is going to continue over those 3 syllables, 3 notes. Alright, let's see what that sounds like.
Oh, songwriting sessions, that's where we're gonna be, writing songs and singing.
Singing. Singing them. Sing and singing them. All right.
Oh, songwriting sessions, that's where we're gonna be, writing songs and singing them. Oh, songwriting sessions, that's where we're gonna be, writing songs and singing them. Writing songs and singing them.
Just de-emphasizing the ing, singing there a little bit. My songwriting style is kind of a little bit random, so you may find that I kind of jump around a little bit. But sometimes when I notice things that need fixing, then I'll do them there and there. That's the whole point here.
Oh, songwriting sessions, that's where we're gonna be, writing songs and singing them. Oh, songwriting sessions.
Okay, this compressor comes from the Arturia effects collection, I think is what it's called. Effects collection 4 maybe. And I think this one works really nice on vocals. We'll go into how to use a compressor maybe sometime. But this is the way I'm using it right here. See? And we want some reverb on Natalie's voice here, I think. So we'll go this time with, yeah, I think the Lexicon reverb. Take the decay time down a little bit. And should be nice and close and nice and dry-ish. Let's see how that sounds.
Oh, songwriting sessions, that's where we're gonna be. Writing songs and singing them.
Yeah, that singing is really annoying still, right? So let's just fix that in a minute. Sing. Sing. Take that down. Take the duration down. Singing. Let's try that.
Oh, songwriting sessions, that's where we're gonna be. Writing songs and singing them. Oh, songwriting sessions, that's where we're gonna be. Writing songs and singing them.
Alright, and I think what we're going to do here is end the last bar a little bit differently. We're not going to go into that A sus4 there, we're just going to extend the A minor a bit. So what I'm going to do is bring my EZ Keys down here, so we no longer need this. Same with EZ Bass. Bass come here. So we're going to say bye-bye to that one. We're going to say bye-bye to that one. Look, there we go. All right. All right, and I'm just going to put a sustain pedal. There's already one on there. Need to extend this by another bar. Just go like that. There we go. All right. And our bass part is going to be, get rid of what's there. Go. Let's turn off that power host. We don't need that. Don't need power host. There, boom. Alrighty. And here we're also going to go take those in the superior drummer and turn off file host. Then in measure 16, just going to be a kick, kick, and crash. Nice subtle crash though. More like that. See what that sounds like.
Singing them.
Alrighty, let's go to that. So our whole thing is...
Oh, songwriting sessions. That's where we're gonna be. Writing songs and singing them.
Alright, so just extend Natalie's voice at the end there. Couple of bars. See if we got that right.
Songs and singing them.
Okay, we want to bring our voice down during that, I think. So loudness is up quite high to start with. Go right down. Like that.
Writing songs. Writing songs and singing them.
And I'm going to go up with our vibrato there, I think, towards the end there.
Writing songs and singing them.
Alrighty, kind of like that. So there's our jingle so far.
Oh, songwriting sessions. That's where we're gonna be. Writing songs and singing them.
Alrighty, so I'd like to add a guitar onto this now, and I think like the drums are kind of giving me this kind of Spanishy vibe there. So I think let's get go try Amplesound Martin guitar. So this is just like a steel string guitar here. Alright, so I'm going to start. So there's a bunch of different ways of working in Amplesound guitars. It has a strumming module, which is kind of like this. Where you pick chords and a strumming pattern. Or you can use this thing called the riffer, which is where you actually write in individual notes, and that's kind of more like this. This is just superb, like it just makes it sound like a real guitar. And there's a couple of others. You can use a tab player too, or you can just use the regular kind of keyboard keyboardy thing, and not sure why. For some reason the latest version of Cubase changed a behavior, and I guess they added a new thing. When you start a new track, you got to pick the input. You never used to have to do that. You used to just have a default. So Okay, yeah, so you can... Yeah, and usually I have this set up. Usually do aftertouch as my... Oops. My vibrato there, okay. Alright, so let's see, I might be able to play this live, I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, songwriting sessions, that's where we're gonna be. Writing songs and singing them.
Yeah, okay. I need a lot less reverb on that, that's for sure. Let's go down there. Take off the delay. There we go. And give it a bit more willy too, eh? So we can hear what we're doing there. I'm going to turn it up a bit. Here we go. We might need a couple of tries of this. We're going to see. Let pre.
Oh, songwriting sessions, that's where we're gonna be. Writing songs and singing them.
Like that. If there's anything in the river there in the Spanish kind of patterns. I can't think of anything that it comes with that has kind of a Spanish feel. Let's just see. Alright, let's set up some chord patterns to go alongside that. So we'll come back to EZ Keys, we'll grab our chord progression here. So we start on an A minor, so what we're actually going to do is an A5. And going to bring it up the bridge a little bit. So up there, A5, so that's the first one. Second one is D minor. I'm going to do D minor add 9. bring it up again. So we go here to here. You want to do a realistic kind of pattern changes there. Then the third one is E major. Boom, boom, boom. Major. Which is that there. That's kind of a fairly easy thing. And then the fourth one is going to be A minor. Kind of want to go back to that A minor add 9. And go up to 3 up there. Yeah, we might go up a little bit. Alright, let's just see what that sounds like. Okay, so in this particular mode, this being the strummer, what we're going to do is create a pattern there. Open this up. Now, so you basically have to put the pattern in and the chord that you want to use here. So if we mouse over here, it tells us that this pattern is linked to C3. So basically what we're going to do is C3, like that. And then chord number 1 is this one, which is on note C1. And then go up in semitone steps. So let's hear what that sounds like up to that last bar, which we'll do separately.
Oh, songwriting sessions, that's where we're gonna be, writing songs and singing them.
Alright, I don't like the pattern that this guitar is playing, so we're going to start a new one there from scratch. Let's just start that again. And we'll go... see what that sounds like now.
Oh, songwriting sessions, that's where we're gonna be, writing songs and singing them. Oh, songwriting sessions, that's where we're gonna.
And then in measure 8, all we want is a long note. So we'll clear that one. We'll go there. It's going to be C sharp. And ultimately we'll change this last note because you can't go past a full bar here. So the only way you can continue this over several bars is to do it as an individual note. So we'll deal with that separately, but we'll just see what this sounds like for now. All right. That might be okay as it is.
Oh, songwriting sessions. That's where we're gonna be. Writing songs and singing them.
All right, I like that. Okay, so what we're going to do here now is we're going to switch on this at the start. So how do we do that? We do C#6. So actually we're going to extend this back a little bit like this. I'm going to go in here and C#6. C#6 and full velocity to turn that on. And then right at the end, we're going to do C#6. Actually, going to put it right there. No velocity. So that we get our last individual note. So our last individual note will be still the same. Just going to space them out a little bit.
Singing them.
A whole bar late. Alrighty. Oh yes, so we are.
Oh, songwriting sessions. That's where we're gonna be. Writing songs and singing them. Singing them.
Alrighty.
Oh,
So now we're just going to put our kind of mastering chain on it, which is going to come from Ozone. I suppose here we can start with a kind of folky sort of thing. If we got that, let's go with that. Doesn't really matter. There's very little going on here. We'll widen it a little bit. There's only one band. Yeah, that should work. Alright, let's see if this works for us.
Oh, songwriting sessions. That's where we're gonna be. Writing songs and singing them.
I mean, it's a little bit abrupt at the end there, hey? So what we'll do is we'll just fade that out, I think. So we'll do a fade on the last note, boom. Down to here like this. You know, it's only a stinger, right? Alright, so then we just bring this back to here. This is going to be our export thing. We just need to make sure we're on the pattern there to go there. Export this and we'll have a listen.
Oh, songwriting sessions. That's where we're gonna be. Writing songs and singing them.
Awesome. I'm kind of happy with that, so I'm just going to save that in case I need to go back to it at some point. Alrighty, that's great. Thanks for joining me on this first show, and hopefully it won't be long before we do another one.